Hello, welcome back. I'm Tanya from Tanya's Witchy Kitchen, and how are you doing today? That's how I feel. Whoa. So, have I told you how touchy our fire alarms are? They're so touchy. Like if you have, there's none in the kitchen. Okay, there's none in the kitchen. They're either over by the entry or over by the living room. And you open that oven door and shut it, and it's like 400 degrees even, it will set one off. And then because they're linked together, they all go off and you can't figure out what's what. So after a few episodes of playing shut the fire alarm off, which one is it, running around, we woke up one morning to one of them chirping. So my husband's like, oh, you know, the battery's going out. So he went into my son's room and monkeyed with the, thing, changed the battery, did all the stuff, and it's still beeping. And I'm like, I don't know, I was like, maybe take it off? Because he's like, well, it's a brand new battery. So maybe the thing itself is just bad. Okay, so he disconnected it, took it off the ceiling, and he's holding it, and we still hear it chirping. And I'm like, I got nothing. Like, this is not me. I know nothing about smoke alarms, so you can figure it out. Yeah. He spent 45 minutes trying to disconnect wires, probably live wires, now that I think about it, from the smoke alarm. And he's just like, I don't know why it's not quitting. And all of a sudden he comes out and he goes, I figured out what it is. And I'm like, what is it? And he goes, it's the CO2 detector in his room. We put a new one in there and deemed the old one just bad. Then he spent another half hour putting the smoke alarm back together. Oh gosh, what do you do? What do you do? So anyway, today we are doing a soap. We will go see all about that in the video. 3 things. Dream big. Be true to you. You are worth it. I don't know. I got to think of something else there, like be kind, be forgiving, and be wonderful. Be you. Which ones do you like? You tell me. Let's go check out this video on King of the North. Okay, into King of the North. This is my nephew's new favorite bar. It's actually kind of funny when you see the kids that just love the bar, natural bar soap. It's really funny. I just love it. But anyway, this has buttermilk. That was a buttermilk in my lye water. Okay. However, what I did with it was I made my lye water. I let it cool, and then for absolutely no reason, I just put the buttermilk in there so it was all weighed out and ready to go. Okay. Not too confusing, but yeah. Let's see. Should we start out with statistics? This is my master batch number 9. I think I have 14 batches. I'm going to actually be reviewing them this year and weeding a few out because there's some that I just don't like, or but that way I have my solid favorites. This one as you can see does get a little thick. I want to throw out the whole, it's because you have so many hard oils in there. Yeah, coming up in the next couple months, there's going to be a soap, and I'm going to call the BS flag on that. Maybe it does have something to do with it, depending on the fragrance oil and all this other stuff. But yeah, we'll go into that another day. But this one does get a little thicker. It has stearic in it, and beeswax, and tallow, and coconut, plus my castor and sunflower and olive. So, I guess I never really base it off of, are they balanced, a 50-50. I base it off of what oils are in there and how much I want of each. and basically the fatty acid profile. Yeah. And to the specifics of this soap, King of the North is from Wholesale Supplies Plus. I had it for quite a while. I did a few test batches on if it would discolor, if it wouldn't, monkeyed around with it a little bit. Why, I don't even know. Don't even know if I showed that video. That was a long time ago. It was recorded. That's probably 2 years ago. Doesn't mean it ever got played. But my colors in here, that one right there is Klein Blue from Mad Micas. And Copper Sparkle from Brambleberry. Probably could have used a little bit more Copper Sparkle, but it's okay. And so definitely, of course, going to do the bowl swirl with this soap. Nothing fancy, nothing outlandish. Ooh, there's Mike on the bottom there, girl. Nothing, to make it look too ostentatious, or just a simple bowl swirl with the side-to-side pour. I like that pour, you guys. I mean, for a while there, I would do the bowl swirl and then come from the side and just let it whoosh in. But if it was too thin, which this one definitely was not, but if it was too thin, it would really spread those colors out, and that wasn't what I wanted, right? So, but as you can see, this is, it's getting thick. Could it be the fragrance oil? Absolutely. Could it be the buttermilk? Positively. Could it be the recipe? Sure. Because my recipe, I said it does get a little thick. So when it comes, and people who, you read the reviews. We all read the reviews on fragrance oils, and they're like, oh my gosh, this accelerated. It was soap on a stick, or oh my gosh, this did this. And then, well, how far back was that review, number one? That's what I always take into account, right? How far back was the review? Because things change. And the other thing is, if they're buying this from a company, if they're not creating it themselves, even if they are creating it and they're buying all the ingredients, things could change with those ingredients, and, you could end up with soap on a stick, So I know Katie from Royalty Soap said that one time. She was shocked because she got this thick soap just instantly. And she was like, I've used this before. And so that's what happens, I guess we always take a chance that it's not going to happen to us. we cross our fingers. No. What do you do, right? What do you do? The one oddball thing I was testing in this was I did start using pink Himalayan salt in the lye water just to see if it made a difference with anything. And then I realized there's a lot of minerals in pink Himalayan salt. So, but there's a lot of minerals in salt itself, I don't know if they're different. I guess I'd have to go research if they're different. I just had it laying there, and I was like, oh, I wonder what this will do. So there have been a few soaps with pink Himalayan salt. And no, I didn't know what the heck to do with this top. I was like, I just, piled up the extras, and then I was like, well, we're just going to go flick it. Kind of looks like a crown, right? Yeah. King of the North. He's got a crown. But there it is. Look, it overheated because of the buttermilk. I did C-pop it. I probably should not have. I learned they do better on a heat pad than they do in the oven if they have that much sugar in them. And buttermilk will heat up that soap. Absolutely. Well, it heats up my soap. Beginning to think soaping is a totally personal thing. What happens to you doesn't always happen to me, and what happens to me probably doesn't happen to you, and yeah, it's a thing. I'm watching my wire cutter because it's actually bowing It might not be that easy to see just because of how fast I'm going, but if you watch the wire, and actually it's really dragging. I did break it. I can't remember which soap I broke it on. But yeah, that was a disaster because it just kept pulling through. Yeah, see, I'm like, what the heck is the problem here? I can't cut it. What is, maybe it was this one. I don't know if it's driving me nuts. Absolutely driving me crazy. Yep. But anyway, you didn't get to see the rest of it because I broke the wire cutter. But these turned out really cute. I was really happy with them. The original port of these, I can't remember what it looked like. It could have been a drop swirl, and it was a beer soap. But I'm just a little fascinated with the Buttermilk editions right now. Maybe I should put that on the thumbnail, you know. Buttermilk, King of the North. Beer, King of the North. No. It's catchy. But anyway, here are the fragrance notes to this King of the North bar. Here are the bars right after I cut them. Yeah, they really heated up, you guys. And here are the bars once they are fully cured. As always, I hope you had a good time. Thank you for dropping by, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.